So TB Joshua is a false teacher of the worst kind. I mean, this man was spooky, the stuff he was into. And it's not like he, and please get this out of your mind, it is not that Brother Spencer's just splitting hairs with these guys. It's not that way at all. Please don't be that dumb. Please don't. Please don't think that I'm just being some jerk. Don't think that. These men are preaching something that if you accept it, it will destroy you. Their theology is poison. These people are dangerous. And please stay away from these people. Do not get your life messed up in these guys. They are terrible, terrible things. TB Joshua died this week, and he was actually a big deal. His Instagram account right there, 627,000 followers. And so here's one of their latest posts talking about how he died and went on. And so it says here, surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing his plan to his servant, the prophets. On Saturday, June 5th, Prophet TB Joshua spoke during the Emmanuel TV Partners meeting. Time for everything, time to come here for prayer and time to return home after the service. God has taken his servant, Prophet TB Joshua, home as it should be by divine will. His last moments on earth were spent in the service of God. This is what he was born for, lived for, and died for. As Prophet TB Joshua said, the greatest way to use life is to spend it on something that will outlive it. And so basically all that right there. But I want to tell you, TB Joshua was a false teacher. This guy was terrible, and I'll say more about that here in just a bit. The Al Jazeera website's in English, so I'm going to read this. Controversial Nigerian pastor TB Joshua dies aged 57. The televangelist who founded a Christian megachurch in Lagos died from an undisclosed cause, his church said. The popular but controversial Nigerian evangelical preacher Temitope Balogun Joshua has died from an undisclosed cause, his church said on Facebook. He was 57. The preacher, popularly known as TB Joshua, founded the Synagogue Church of All Nations, a Christian megachurch in Lagos. The father of three was one of Africa's most influential preachers with millions of television and social media followers. More than 15,000 people from Nigeria and abroad attended his Sunday services. God has taken his prophet. We just read that. One of the pastor's lawyers confirmed, he said, I confirmed the man of God, TB Joshua, passed away on Saturday after his evening program. And so he actually says here that he rose to prominence in the 1990s at a time where there was explosion of televangelism in Nigeria and many parts of Africa. Matter of fact, I've got a Nigerian prince that owes me some money, and we're still waiting on that and whatever. But this guy actually was probably one of the worst people in all of Christianity. I mean, like Kenneth Copeland has nothing on TB Joshua. TB Joshua is probably one of the top 5 worst, most vile televangelist, false prophets ever to live. He's in bad shape. Matter of fact, I read the other day that he actually had one of his videos on YouTube removed recently. Like he was in trouble with YouTube because these people would come, like he would do deliverance stuff. Like people would come forward and say, I'm struggling with the sin of adultery or whatever. And they would like cast out the demon of adultery. And the funny thing is, like, the problem with that charismatic teachings and those charismatic mindsets is that you're not repenting of sin. You're like being delivered from a spirit, which is a totally different animal. Okay, so like let's just say hypothetically I go out and do something heinous. Like let's just say I go rob a bank. Okay, what I would do is I would go to a TB Joshua type figure and I would say, I robbed a bank and I'm struggling with the spirit of greed and violence. Would you help cast the spirit of greed and violence out of me? And they would have some sort of whatever, and I would say, praise God, I've been delivered from the spirit of greed and violence, and that's how they view their sin. Is that, I'm not responsible for what I did because this spirit of adultery or spirit of lying or spirit of whatever came over me. And that's not what the Bible teaches. Like David, when he sinned with Bathsheba in Psalm 50, I believe Psalm 51, he was not saying, oh God, please deliver me. The spirit of adultery came over me. God, I need your help. He didn't say that. He said, Lord, against thee and thee only have I sinned. It's different. That's not the same. That's why these people are so dangerous. Instead of repenting of a sin, you are asking to be delivered from a spirit. And that's a false gospel. That is a different theology, and I'm going to tell you right now that's damnable. Is what that is. That's a doctrine of devils. That's evil theology, and guys like T.B. Joshua would preach that. He actually had a YouTube video removed, and recently, because there were people that were coming forward that were like saying that they struggle with like homosexuality or whatever. And he was doing deliverance to them, and like he was actually taking these people and slapping them. And he was the video's gone, but the reports that I read said that he was trying to slap the spirit of homosexuality out of these people. And I thought to myself, oh Lord, have mercy. What a riot that is. And but I've watched a lot of his services. The man ran a cult, and the man was a false teacher. He was a dangerous heretic and a damnable heretic. I don't think he's in heaven. I think this man's in hell. And he preached a different Jesus, different gospel, different. I mean, everything he preached was wrong and different, and it was just a terrible thing. So, matter of fact, he's the one. And please forgive me. I'm not trying to be crude or anything, but like he would preach in the services, and like they would say the Holy Spirit would move, and then you'd see all these grown African women start convulsing. And it was horrific. I don't even know how it got on the internet, but I mean, like graphic, like all these women would start literally regurgitating and would be throwing up everywhere. And it was something unbelievable. And when this spirit moved through this church, I mean, you're talking about dozens and dozens and dozens of women just throwing up. And they said that was a sign that demons were being cast out of these women. So T.B. Joshua is a false teacher of the worst kind. I mean, this man was spooky, the stuff he was into. And it's not like and please get this out of your mind, it is not that Brother Spencer's just splitting hairs with these guys. It's not that way at all. Please don't be that dumb. Please don't. Please don't think that I'm just being some jerk. Don't think that. These men are preaching something that if you accept it, it will destroy you. Their theology is poison. These people are dangerous. And please stay away from these people. Do not get your life messed up in these guys. They are terrible, terrible things. And so, matter of fact, all my time in Africa working in Kenya, a lot of people ask me about T.B. Joshua, and that's kind of how I got acquainted with his ministry. He would come to Nairobi quite often, and of course, stay in 5-star hotels. And the man lived like a king and manipulated people for a living. And all I'm going to tell you is there's a judgment day coming. There's a reckoning day. There's an answering day. And I think these false prophets are, when they first start out, I don't think that they're really I don't think they are fully knowledgeable about what they're into. But I think when they get to the level like T.B. Joshua got to, I think they know what they're doing. And I think they've gotten to the point where they don't care. I think that's really the truth. Yeah, it's the same with the Illuminati people, the same with the celebrities, the same with the Masonic people. I think a lot of these people that get into the entry level of this stuff they really don't even know what they're messing with. But once you get to the upper echelons, like with the Jesuits and that kind of stuff, I think they know what they're doing, and I think they don't care. I think you have to harden your heart so much and sear your own conscience to operate at this level to where you're manipulating this large a mass of people. I think you know what you're doing, and I think it's dangerous and scary. So T.B. Joshua's gone, and whatever. I'm not going to say too much, but let me just say this: I don't think this man's in heaven. No way. And I say that with a measure of fear and trembling, because this is not a funny thing to me. This is not something I am like, yes, amazing, great. I don't have that attitude towards anybody, not even T.B. Joshua. But if he believed what he says he believed, I don't see how he's saved. I just don't. And so that's something that bothers me and troubles me. And so Very good there. So let's do this. Let's just take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And when we come back, we're going to take your questions about. We made a post here for our channel members, and we're just going to go one by one through these, and we're going to take just a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about this. God bless you guys. We'll be right back. Hey guys, your friend Spencer here. The Lord has allowed us to get a TeeSpring store, and me and Brother Johnny are drinking some of my wife's famous coffee from this brand new mug from the TeeSpring store. Brother Johnny, how are you doing today?
Doing good, brother.
Well, we've got a lot of great products in our TeeSpring store. Brother Johnny, what is your favorite product that we've ever had from the store?
I think my favorite one is the Doctrine Matters shirt.
Weren't you just wearing a...
What's wrong, man?
Bro, you just were wearing, like... You weren't wearing that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There it is again. You just did that thing. Like,
bro, you're kind of weirding me out right now.
Like that.
Are you needing me to call somebody for you there, brother?
What is happening right now, man? Dude. Rebecca, did you put LSD in my coffee again? I'm getting rid of this junk. Oh, terrible. Oh.